got paid. I'll be off next 2 days. No more working like dogs. No
9 minutes
more
after 5 o'clock, it is Sport Talk WJW. Doc Wake, Cowboy Joe with you. Dane Bradshaw in the house in our Jasper Highlands Basketball Hour. Dane, what's going on with you?
Not too much. Had a beautiful day on the mountain and was rushing down to come see you guys, which is a good opportunity to plug the proximity. I was in a rush with some folks on the mountain, but fortunately I could drive just 6 minutes down and hop on the interstate and get here in no time.
Nice.
Your job kind of rivals ours. They say we shouldn't get paid for what we do, but you get to go up on top of that beautiful mountain and show that beautiful property, and somebody just say, hey, Dane, I want to buy it.
Yeah, that's what all the salespeople do and everybody in the office is when it's a great day out there, you go, walk a trail, walk the lots, and you're studying your inventory.
Right, exactly, yes.
Hey, look, I'm just learning my inventory.
Right,
I'm not just walking all day.
I'm going to the warehouse.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Beautiful place. And tnland.com if you want to investigate that, of course. We'll get into that in a little bit. But congratulations, you're an uncle again, too, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just babies coming out everywhere, man. It's nuts. So I don't know which ones are mine or. I sound like a real Memphis guy, don't I? But,
that's bad.
That's excellent.
That's bad.
Y'all give me junk from being from Memphis, man.
All right, so you're 3 and out. Brought to you by our friends at G&S Collision Center. Good folks over there. If you've had an accident, maybe on some of that slick roads this morning that were out there, well, write this number down, 490-4351. Ding, dent, or major collision repair. They do it all. G&S Collision Center, your quality solution, 6041 International Drive. They work with all insurance companies. Complaint-free with the BBB, and walk-ins are always welcome. Like them on Facebook or call that number, 490-4351. The ultimate solution in quality collision repair. It's G&S Collision Center. Play-by-play call, Mark Boyle and Slick Leonard, 1070 The Fan. Paul George, three-pointer for an 81-72.
Said I've never played a playoff game in December.
Exactly. We're going to get better, and we'll be back and see him in May. And here's what Paul George had to say. He's motivated to the win, and he looks forward to playing them in May. And, of course, we'll do it here in just a little bit.
They'll board you, I can tell you that.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will. All right, what are you making of all this? You were kind of laughing because with all the – are you good now? Okay, well, let's go back to it then since we offered it up. Mark Boyle, Slick Leonard, here's the call from last night's game, Pacers over the Heat.
George a three on the break, long rebound, Scola. George again!
Boom, baby! Left corner. Here's what Paul George had to say about being motivated to win this game, even though it is December.
It's a ball game to be won. That's the only motivation we had. It's a ball game to be won. And, we have the mentality to not back down to anyone. And, again, we come into a game, expecting to win and wanting to win.
Now, it is December, but the Pacers last spring, when it was playoff time and everything was on the line, they're a fun team to watch. They're physical, but yet they can run, too. It's kind of a combination of both styles.
Yeah, and they're deep. They've got plenty of talent. And, Paul George, we see some of these guys, whether it's Kevin Durant or whoever, these rising stars, and they got to go. Rarely do they ever. I guess Dwayne Wade would be the only one that just immediately won the NBA Finals. Most of them, they get knocked out, and then they come back better a year later, and it looks like Paul George is doing just that. So I don't think this is just a fluke by any means because of what they did last year. It doesn't mean that they're going to win the entire East or win the Finals, but I think they've definitely given Miami a wake-up call, which could be a good or bad thing.
Yeah, you're right. You may not want to mess with the Tigers' cage, but with Derrick Rose out for what we suspect to be the year, does it seem like it's Indiana and Miami for the Eastern Conference?
I think unless Brooklyn, New York can make a little run here, but now boy, that's a struggle. Did you guys get to hear Barkley calling that game at all?
No.
What?
They're putting Barkley calling the games now, which I think is brilliant because I always just wanted to watch halftime to hear his comments.
Yeah.
But if I can watch the whole game and hear him.
Yeah.
But, he was just hilarious. He was talking. They had some player that would come out of school early, and he said, look, kids, it's important to get your education. I can't tell you how important that is. unless you can average 20 and 10, you've got to get your education. So he's saying that in the middle of the game. It's great.
That is good stuff.
Fact.
All right, let's go back to the college game here. Last night, Boise State gave the Cats a little bit of a fits, for a little while. And then Julius Randle kind of took over. 70-55 was the final. Kentucky beats Boise State, but here's a Julius Randle dunk for a 66-51 lead for UK.
You couldn't help but notice that Kentucky got together at the foul line. Randle with the stuff for some emphasis. They got together at the foul line when he went to the stripe for the free throw, and they were all arm in arm there. Something they have actually been coached to do in practice.
That guy's a freak, man.
He's good, isn't he?
Yeah.
Julius Randle?
A couple of those freshmen, I mean, the Duke kid's good, too.
What's the deal with a guy with blonde hair?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know that either.
I think Wiggins got 26 and lost to Florida, too.
Yeah, they got beat, though.
Wasn't because of him.
Kind of surprising.
Might have a Birdman syndrome going on. Need some attention.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
Need some attention.
Well, that neck tattoo he's got, well, it's not just one.
That's a turtleneck.
It looks like a turtleneck, you're for sure. Yeah. All right, Jimmy Sexton, we talked about him being the agent for Nick Saban, and Dane, you got a story about him, but give it to us after the break here, okay?
All right, the cliffhanger.
Coming right back, 5:16, that's what we do. It's the Talk Monster 102.3 Sport Talk and our Jasper Highlands Basketball Hour. Talk Radio 102.3.
Great play, Bradshaw. He's the man.
We want to hear from you. Facebook us at Talk Radio 102.3. Or click the link on the homepage at WGOW.com.
In what may be the single biggest home improvement trend of the year, thousands of homeowners every month are removing their unsightly old satellite dishes from their roofs and switching to Charter. And the changes are astonishing. Entire neighborhoods are looking new again. Home buyers are pouring back into the market. Real estate agents are smiling ear to ear. Well, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration. But I exaggerate not when I say Charter's superior two-way fiber-rich network means a dramatic improvement in your TV experience. Brilliant HD picture, amazing digital sound, and with over 100 HD channels available and more being added all the time, well, no wonder thousands are switching to Charter. Get Charter TV for just $29.99 a month for a year when bundled. Call 855-322-4278 today. And trade in your dish for the home improvement that brings you dramatically better TV and a better-looking home. Oh, and tell the neighbors.
Some restrictions apply. Call for details.
At Quality Tire Pros, everything rotates around you. You'll get reliable service and better prices in addition to great tire brands like Bridgestone and Firestone. All tires and automotive service, including brakes and alignments, are backed by our nationwide warranty, including free roadside assistance with every purchase. For local service you can trust without the hassles, visit Quality Tire Pros, located at 322 Cherokee Boulevard in Chattanooga, or online at qualitytirepros.com.
Christmas is just around the corner. Alpacas of Greater Tennessee would like to invite you to the farm store for a unique shopping experience. Alpaca is softer than cashmere, more lustrous than silk, warmer than anything but polar bear. Take the short drive up Highway 58 to Alpacas of Greater Tennessee and find that special gift for your loved ones. For more information, go to alpacasofgreatertn.com or call 423-667-3374. Come see our new babies.
Nelson Mandela, an iconic anti-apartheid hero, was South Africa's first black president.
The time for the healing of the wounds has come.
An international figure, enduring 27 years in prison for fighting against apartheid. His life and legacy ended up affecting every aspect of the South African culture and cultures around the world. Nelson Mandela, rest in peace.
Thank you that you chose to care.
WGOW.
Right now, traffic.
Quite a few brake lights, 24 eastbound, say between Market and Moore. Otherwise, clearing crashes right now. South Broad at West 32nd, 153 south at DuPont Parkway, Highway 58 at Oakwood, Glenwood at McCauley, and Brainerd at North Germantown. Bill Lockhart, Right Now Traffic.
Right Now Traffic brought to you by Bosch Dishwashers. Bosch is the quietest dishwasher brand in the U.S. And now Bosch dishwashers feature a third rack that gives you 30% more capacity compared to Bosch 2-rack models. See yours at Lowe's today.
A sports guy they call JR. A comedic hairdresser who calls himself Critter. Make an appointment at 9. The Nth Degree on 102.3 FM. The Talk Monster. The Talk Monster.
5:20, 20 minutes after 5 o'clock on a Wednesday. Sport Talk, WGW, Doc, Quake, Cowboy Joe, and, of course, Dane Bradshaw in the house on our Jasper Highlands Basketball Hour. We're talking all sports, though, too. We got questions. We want to hear stories, and Dane's going to give us one on Jimmy Sexton. But first, tell the folks about Jasper Highlands. Right now, there's opportunity of a lifetime to get some prime land, great low tax rate in Marion County, but beautiful views. You have to see the whole thing to appreciate it.
Yep. Believe it or not, there's still an opportunity to get in early. This is our second. We sold out of our Phase 1A, and this is our Phase 1B, and we're calling this our Founders Place section because that's what it is. It's people that are kind of pioneering and starting Jasper Highlands, and it's people from all over the country, and it's just a terrific property with majestic views of the Tennessee River, Sweden's Cove, sunset views, waterfalls. We'll have eventually over 100 miles of walking trails and hiking trails, and I know how much of an outdoor hub Chattanooga is, and we have all that at Jasper Mountain. So give us a call at 888-777-5758 or visit tnland.com, and if you'd rather just drive on over and pop in, just get off exit 152B off of I-24, and that's towards Kimball, and take a right off the exit and your first left, and you'll see our office over there on the right across from the Chevy dealership. So come see us 7 days a week there, and especially during the holidays. We're getting a lot of people that are traveling and going to be tired of family after Christmas. That week before Christmas and New Year's, we got tours lined up out the wazoo. So feel free to come join us. I urge you to call and set an appointment, but like I said, you can stop on in anytime.
All right, now, Jimmy Sexton, and Doc, I'll get you to read that little thing there. But now this is, of course, the Nick Saban agent and agent to a lot of coaches. Really, he's become more of a coach's agent than I think a player's agent. But how he started is a remarkable story.
His first client was really by accident. He was a sophomore at Tennessee, and his suitmate was Reggie White. Well, Reggie was going to Memphis and check them out after the Hula Bowl. So the USFL figured since he was a friend, they would pay him to go with him to keep an eye on him, see who was looking at him, see what the money the NFL was offering, this and that.
He was a spy.
He was a spy. They paid him $500 to do that and a trip to all-expense-paid tour to Hawaii. Well, when Reggie signed for the first offer, there was no counter. It was the first offer of $5.5 million for 5 years.
With the Memphis Showboats.
So that's $1 million plus a year.
This is 83-ish.
The highest paid NFL lineman at the time was $400,000.
Wow.
So they said, "Do you have an agent?" He said, "Yeah, Jimmy Sexton." I became an agent. Didn't get anything for that one. And another story, he said the worst failure he had, the worst mistake he ever made was telling Jason Witten to leave early at Tennessee because he thought he'd be a first-round choice. He lasted to round 3, and it cost him a lot of money. Now, since then, he's become one great tight end, but he said he should have stayed.
And you remember we talked about that because Dallas Clark was the first tight end taken in that draft, and he ended up playing with Peyton Manning, and how cool it would have been with Witten and Manning, how big that would have been. Now, Dane, you've got a Jimmy Sexton story. Of course, he's got Memphis roots, as we just pointed out, and UT roots.
I wish the biggest mistake of my life was
coming out early.
Jason Witten coming out, or having Jason Witten be picked up too. I think he's made up for that money. He's
a Hall of Famer in my book.
Yeah, no question. But I remember
no rings
after my senior year. It was maybe a week or so after we lost to Ohio State, and I really hadn't had a very good senior year. And you're sitting there wondering, okay, what kind of camps can I go to, whether it's overseas or whatever, and trying to figure out
you wanted to continue
if you get an
playing.
agent. Yeah, I wanted to continue playing professionally at whatever level. And my phone rings, and I don't answer it. I don't recognize the number, and I check the voicemail, and it's Jimmy Sexton. So everyone knows him as just one of the biggest agents. So I'm thinking, maybe I didn't have as bad of a year as I thought. Heck, Jimmy Sexton's calling me. So I call him back, and he wanted to meet with me, and it had absolutely nothing to do with him representing me. He wanted to know what I wanted to do after basketball, if I wanted to be an agent type deal.
Yeah, right.
And I just was so disappointed. I was like, sure, I'd be happy to meet with you, but, yeah, you have no interest in representing me whatsoever.
He was maybe looking at you for employment with him.
Well, they had kind of gotten out of the basketball side of it, and, you know, they wanted to start trying to build that side up a little bit again. And so, anyway, I wanted to go on playing. Another call I'd got is, I feel like somebody was just playing a bad joke on me. Then I get a call from the Memphis Grizzlies, a guy named Andy Dolshin in upper management there at the time. I think he's moved on. But so I get a voicemail from the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm like, all right, Jimmy Sexton might not want me that the Grizzlies do.
Here we go.
And I call him, and he goes, yeah, we just wanted to see if you'd be interested in possibly, you know, doing some work with us, you know, and learning more about the operations of God dang, would anybody just accept me for who I am as an NBA prospect? Yeah. Golly,
I'll play in
anybody see this
Yugoslavia.
diamond in the rough? It's just,
That's great.
They not know I was a stud?
Yeah, I know it. So I remember those 2 phone calls like it was yesterday.
Obviously,
Yeah.
they didn't listen to Bob Kessler.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
Bertelkamp. You need
Great
Bertelkamp.
play, Bradshaw. He's the man.
You need Bertelkamp as your agent.
Yeah, why wouldn't Bertelkamp own an NBA team or something?
Exactly. Now, that's
Anyway.
hilarious.
Money.
That's hilarious. But I could see where, I mean, you could be in that agent.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, with
could
your
do- I
ties
could
in
see
that.
sports and everything, I mean, have you ever really thought about
Well,
that?
at the time,
Too much
I was
travel or
playing
something?
with, you know, I was probably because I was playing with Chris Lofton. We had a great recruiting class. You had all these guys, and it was probably more of, I bet you could help me get these guys or something. I don't know. Jimmy Sexton wouldn't need any of my help, but it was just, I think it was just a casual, you know, attempt at looking to improve, I guess, or get back into their basketball, because I think that they've really increased in the baseball side quite a bit, and like you said, the coaching side, and more football than basketball.
You did continue your basketball career.
I did. I played professionally. I got paid to play. So
I can't say that.
Yeah.
I should have too, by the way.
It wasn't much. I couldn't eat much, but
Do you remember the first? How did they contact you on that deal? What was it?
I went through an agent. Courtside Basketball is a big agency for kind of overseas European deals, and so the process I went through, I went over to Germany for kind of a camp, an evaluation type deal, and then certain countries or whatever contact you, and so.
Oh, so they had like a combine, and people came from all the other leagues?
Yeah, somewhat. You're mostly just playing against each other, and you I guess a combine type feel, and you have coaches from different places and agents and things like that try to place you. So worked out fine, and my lifelong dream to be a Holland Seal came true. You know, that was our mascot.
A seal?
The Seals.
Well, have you looked back on that call from the Memphis Grizzlies and thought about, you know, maybe do you want maybe later on do you want to get into with a team and get into the organization and do some things?
I don't know. Probably I love what I'm doing now, to be honest with you, and I enjoy the business side. Part of me, my first answer is I don't know if I'd like the agent and business side of sports. I like, being in it, whether coaching or playing.
Right.
But, I also didn't think I'd ever like the business side of selling mountain real estate on Jasper Highlands, and I love that. So, no, I enjoy just kind of staying involved in the game and kind of living through it through my coaches. I was talking to my buddy Steve Forbes, who's coaching Wichita State, and who's up against the Vols this Saturday, and giving him some grief and everything else. So I'll just let them do all the hard work.
You might not like the travel, but I think you've shown that you'd be a great play-by-play guy or color guy, either one.
Well, now that's fun, and it's and Burt Bergkamp does a great job. I love it when he has a conflict though, because you get to do it, and that's it really is. It's a lot of fun, and you do get to travel and be with the team, but you don't have to do the recruiting and all that other stuff. So anyway, it's been fun, but
talk about the Holland Seals. Go back to that.
Yeah.
Now, how was living in Holland, and if you're not playing basketball, is there anything to do other than just hang out in your apartment?
Do they wear those pointy shoes? Is it really like that? Wooden?
They have wooden shoes.
What was it like to put that Seal jersey on?
Yeah, I don't know. When you're in Holland, you're either you can play basketball or you can, smoke weed and go through the red light district.
Oh,
so,
okay. Well, that's the two options, right?
No, we weren't in Amsterdam. We were an hour north of Amsterdam. So,
how many Americans on the team?
But it seemed like 3 hours, man.
Yeah. So, no, it wasn't that bad. Our team was terrible, though. I mean, golly, we were just awful. And
how many Americans on the team?
There were 3 other Americans, and but most everybody over there was, could speak English. A lot of them could, and but when your teammates or the coaches, they'd be speaking English in the middle of the huddle, and they might be getting mad, and then they just switch to Dutch, and then you'd hear your name mentioned during the Dutch. You're like, what the heck are you guys saying about me? Somebody come clean here. And so
it's that Bradshaw guy's fault.
We were bad, but I tell people, I'll ramble a little bit here, but I grew up. My dream was wanting to play for the Chicago Bulls, and I'd be in my driveway.
I love this,
and I would just. Scottie Pippen was my idol. I loved watching those guys, and I would go out in the driveway and I'd pretend to be the announcer for the Bulls and say, starting for your Chicago Bulls, Dane Bradshaw. And I'd go out there just by myself, giving high fives to imaginary people, doing warm up.
Every time you shoot it, you say Jordan.
Yeah, and then I'd make it even more embarrassing. I'd get inside my garage and have the garage door shut. But then I'd be like, and then I'd do the grand entrance. I don't know, maybe 18 or so. No, I'm just kidding. 18. Maybe last week. I don't know. No,
you're funny.
I was about 8, and so I would. But then I'd say, starting for your Chicago Bulls, Dane Bradshaw, and then I'd hit the garage door button, and it'd start coming up, and I'd kind of walk out, and do that whole deal, and then.
Did you have like dogs leading you out?
Yeah, and then, but then
set off a fire extinguisher so there's smoke coming out.
Yeah, that was in my mind it was, and then fast forward to after my senior year, and it's starting for your Holland Seals, Dane Bradshaw, and the crowd is literally going arr, 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 doing the Seals bark. I mean, they were getting into it, and you guys are laughing. This is my reality. We went 5-35.
Arf,
and when you're there for 9 months and you stink and you're still hearing seal bark chants, it was bad. So,
I need to go sell property in Marion County.
Yeah, I know it. It was.
You emulated wasn't there a great Bulls PA guy, Quake?
I don't know his name, but yeah, he is legendary. From North Carolina.
Yeah. I forget his name, but I remember. I don't know if they still do, but that would be one of the best parts when I'd be tuning into WGN. They would actually show that part. I don't know if they do that anymore, but they would show
put
the
lights
intros.
Out and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was a cool part to see.
Who was their legendary announcer? Red
Kerr.
Was it Johnny
Red Kerr?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Johnny Red Kerr.
Learn a lot on this
station.
What
about the celebrity of Holland Seals? Was it? Did you have the groupies that the Bulls have?
Oh man, no. They.
Yeah.
What was funny was it'd be like it was really small
Not that
town.
you would take advantage because you're a class guy, but some people would.
Right.
Like you.
My wife, she came to visit. She was still in school, and she came over. And once she saw the SEAL cheerleaders and dance team, she was much more comfortable with our long distance relationship, and felt that she had much more leverage than I did.
And she's going to tell your son one day, your dad entered to ARF.
Yeah, that's it. I was living a dream, man. So
that's more than we've done.
We would get paid though, at least, and because you hear all the time. I mean, teams they just go on strike. I go, plenty of people. They'd say, well, we hadn't gotten paid in 3 weeks, and so we're just not even practicing. We hadn't practiced in 3 weeks. They got a coach, that's sitting out. He hadn't gotten paid, but.
It sounds like it's almost like a semi-pro team around here.
Yeah, it is.
It pops up. You might get paid. You might not.
Yeah, and there's some places that are better established, better leagues, and I think are better situations. But anybody who's played over there, I didn't do it multiple years, but if you talk to guys like a Ron Slay or Vincent Yarborough, I mean, they might have one experience where it was just incredible. Everything was great, living perfectly, and then the next year it'd be something completely different.
We talked about we brought up C.J. Black's name yesterday. What's he doing now? Is he still playing ball?
No, I don't think he is. He was in Knoxville. He helped me out with a basketball camp I had up in Knoxville, and great guy. I think he's just working and doing some individual basketball lessons. But you talk about just a talented guy. That guy, was the most amphibious ambidextrous player I've ever seen. You know, he was just
he's a man now.
Yeah, he was.
Now you played in the Rocky Top League for a little while, didn't you?
Yeah,
Up until
last year I wasn't able to do it, but you get a lot of those guys that come back from Europe that they just have some of the funniest stories ever.
Yeah, there's no
like
defense.
A score.
That's true.
But I remember with the Seals, we had these tiny little cars too, and they that they give you, but they wanted to promote the Seal brand because it was a new team around there, and they had the big Seal logo on the back. But and they thought it was a great idea for the Americans to kind of be promoting But it was stick shift. None of us had ever driven a stick shift. So we'd be stalling out all over the place and people honking the horn at us, flicking us off. And,
like it's
and it was just known
35
as
Seals, get the hell away.
I know. And it was just like, have you guys, instead of promoting the brand, we were promoting the worst drivers in the entire country with the Seal sticker.
Tell me you brought back your Seal warm-ups that you've still got or something.
Oh, yeah.
Did you really?
We got the Seal gear for sure. Yeah. So
I wanna
it
see
would
it.
not impress you. So.
I want to see it.
Yeah.
Coming right back, more with Dane Bradshaw and our
Seal.
Jasper Highlands Basketball Hour, folks. Check out the offer there, tnland.com.
You know what he can tell people now? Hey, buddy, I was a Seal.
Yeah.
That's right.
They don't know.
They don't know what that is.
You haven't seen a clubbing since.
Right.
Could have been Seal Team 6.
That's right.
Who were the other three Americans? I mean, did they play at a college we might recognize?
One guy at Bradley, another guy from Niagara, and so it was. The league we were in was about a mid-major league. There were other SEC guys on different teams and things like that. But I tell you, we can talk more about it. But like, I wasn't making much at all. But I was technically the highest paid player on the team, and it's a different animal a little bit. When you play bad and you come out and you're in the little lounge or whatever in the bar afterwards, and there's higher expectations to the guy that's getting paid more.
And everybody, so everybody knows you're the one getting paid the most.
And it's kind of an interesting dynamic versus when you're on scholarship. Well, you're just on scholarship just like the other guy.
Everyone's equal.
So so it's kind of interesting.
Sport Talk comes right back. More with Dane Bradshaw. It is the Talk Monster 102.3, and you're right now traffic with Bill Lockhart. This is great stuff.
Arf.
WGOW.
Right now, traffic.
Outbound knots of gnarl in the usual places, 24 east up and over Missionary Ridge and 27 north up and over Stringers Ridge. Clearing crashes right now. Signal Mountain Road at Pineville Road, Brainerd at North Germantown. Bill Lockhart, right now traffic. You're always just a click away from us. iHeartRadio.
Doesn't even need wires.
Talk Radio 102.3 FM.
Bring in 2014 in style and loaded with fun. The Talk FM Doubletree by Hilton Hotel New Year's Eve party is back. Join us at the beautiful Doubletree by Hilton Hotel downtown for an unforgettable New Year's Eve party. You'll be dancing all night long with live music from the Stratoblasters and their fun mix of classic rock, R&B, and oldies. In between sets, we'll fire up the celebrity DJ dance machine. Party tickets are just $30 each and include party favors and dancing till the wee hours. This year, we've added new overnight room package options that include deluxe room for two party tickets, party favors, parking, New Year's Day breakfast, late checkout, and shuttle if needed. Our last party was a complete sellout because it was the best New Year's Eve party in town, so don't miss this one. Buy your tickets or package online today at WGOW.com. They'll make for a great holiday gift or stocking stuffer. The Talk 102 Doubletree by Hilton Hotel New Year's Eve party. Don't miss it.
Hello, I'm Jay Bell with Bell Development, and we've been building homes and communities in Hamilton County for over 35 years. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of you who once again voted us #1 home builder in the Scenic City. And for those of you who don't know us, let me tell you why we've been trusted for so many years. At Bell Development, we believe you and your family deserve more than a house. You deserve a home. Every Bell home comes with beautiful kitchens with granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, hardwood floors, and decorative tile backsplashes. And this month, I'm offering up to $10,000 in buyer incentives to make this home your very own. Plus, come out to Hamilton on Hunter this weekend between 1 and 6 p.m., and I'll give you a $1,000 gift card with the purchase of your new Bell home. And every Bell Development home comes with a completely finished man cave. So, gentlemen, just furnish your new game room and add football, beer, and friends. Visit us online at mynewbellhome.com. That's mynewbellhome.com.
This is Ed Jones with Nutrition World on Lee Highway, and I would like to offer everyone 2 special gifts for this holiday season that will build both your health and your fitness. The first is a special of 40% off of the amazing multivitamin Daily Extra by Vitalogics, the one recommended by Duke and the doctor. Daily Extra supplies all of the vitamins for your body to achieve optimal health and energy. The second gift will allow you to reach your goal of being fit and in shape in 2014, and it's free. Nutrition World is giving away only to the first 100 people this great quality jump rope at no cost. In order to receive both of these offers, all you must do is have the ability to text message on your phone to receive these coupons for the discounts and the free jump rope, or just come into Nutrition World. And if you're the first who can jump more reps than me in 60 seconds, I'll give you a $200 Vitalogic gift card. To learn how to text for the coupons, get the free jump rope, and also view me jumping on YouTube, log on to nutritionw.com.
As the owner of a German car, I'd always taken my cars at the dealership to get my oil changes, new brake pads, tires, or if my check engine light came on. I know I'm overpaying, but I didn't think there was anyone else in town that understood German cars. But a friend recently told me about Bavarian Auto in Chattanooga. Bavarian Auto believes that just because you drive a German car, it doesn't mean that your bank account should get drained just to have your car serviced or repaired. Bavarian Auto has certified technicians to help keep your car healthy with regular maintenance and oil changes without sacrificing quality. And Bavarian Auto charges an average of 15 to 20% below what the average dealership charges. So if you own a German car like a BMW, Volkswagen, Mini Cooper, Audi, or Mercedes, give Bavarian Auto a chance to show you that you don't have to sacrifice quality when you take your car somewhere other than the dealership. Bavarian Auto is on Enterprise Park Drive in Chattanooga at the corner of Bonnie Oaks and Jersey Pike. Call them at 499-8800. That's 499-8800. Bavarian Auto. Save money. Drive proud.
If you're a homeowner who's faithfully made your mortgage payments, you deserve thanks for doing the right thing. And I'd like to tell you about a powerful financial tool that rewards your commitment. Hi, I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans, and the tool that I'm talking about is the Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. HARP is designed to help you lower your mortgage payments. It's for homeowners who are current on their mortgage payments, but due to the housing market may have little or no equity left in their home. And even if you were unable to get a HARP loan in the past, new guidelines mean that now you may be eligible. More than 2.5 million homeowners have already taken advantage of HARP and are saving an average of $250 a month. The rate today on a 30-year fixed mortgage is 4.375%, APR 4.64%. To learn more, call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com. That number again is 800-QUICKEN.
Important terms and conditions apply. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
He's a big, handsome lad, isn't he?
He's a free spirit.
They say he's the greatest. Who doesn't listen to Brian? Brian Joyce, your midday conversation destination. 1 till 4, weekdays on 102.3 FM and WGOW.com.
Man, forward. What number were you? 22? What number were you?
13.
You do
13.
The Holland Seals.
From Memphis, Dane Bradshaw.
That is classic. You got to get a copy of this segment
hilarious.
for my folks. They'll love it.
I'm telling you, we can
No,
do
they'll
that.
think we're crazy.
Yeah, they probably
this
will.
is
They'll
great.
say, Dane, you really need to separate yourself from those
I
guys.
know it.
5:43. It is Sport Talk WGOW. Now you were kind of telling us a couple. You said there was where did we leave it off? The
With an inappropriate story.
The
off
commercial
the air.
break was better than the actual on air. But for the folks who may be just tuning in, we're talking about you playing overseas and how different that is, and what not just a culture shock, but just a change. Like you were saying. With Tennessee and with any college basketball team at a major conference, you're going to have a chartered plane, unless you saw that controversy with Florida, but that's another story.
Yeah.
But you can have a chartered plane that has snacks, and as soon as you land, you go to the hotel. They got steaks, they got seafood, they got whatever you want, and then you go to Holland, and they're like, "Hey, don't forget to make that peanut butter and jelly sandwich." And bring
That's it. I mean, you're just so spoiled at a high D1 level of it. It brings you down to reality. I mean, I know D3 teams, travel on buses and things like that, but at Tennessee, I mean, we were taking these jets and planes, and you got all your food sitting right there, right when you get on the plane, and you've got an empty seat next to you so you can have plenty of room, and meanwhile the managers and coaches are all scrunched up, but make sure the players have plenty of room and
make sure the 6'10" guys got some leg room.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and then you get to the hotel and put your the managers take all your bags up to the room for you and that whole deal, and then you come down, they got it catered at some lot or some little banquet hall with steak, chicken, an ice cream, station and all that, whatever you want. And then in Holland, it's okay. We got a 6-hour drive, to go play in Belgium. The two minivans will depart at at 3 o'clock.
And
Make
when
sure
they
you go
say
to the store and get
minivan,
some
they
food.
mean mini van, right?
Oh yeah, and exactly. So you got 6'8", 6'10" guys just piled on top of each other, and everyone's getting these peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. They're just going to the store and eating what they can, and it's and on a home game afterwards, and this is at all the places there, they've got like a little, basically a little bar and lounge connected to the court. And so that's where all the fans would go during halftime, pregame, and then after the game, that's where the players are kind of supposed to go mingle with the fans and that whole deal. I mean, you never got any post-game meal at all. You just went right in, and they immediately just started throwing Heinekens at you. And that was it. It was like, I mean, are we not supposed to rehydrate? Can I get some Gatorade?
How about water?
Something like that. Maybe some food to get in me. But I know what we were saying, too.
Into the season, how long did you realize, this is great pro basketball, but it's not for me?
Well, I didn't really intend to stop playing. I was going to keep going because I knew in the big picture that, look, some situations are better than others, just like anything over there. Look, you go in, you get your foot in the door somewhere, and you hope to get a better job or a promotion. And I, despite, all the humor in it, I actually had a pretty good year. And, you'd go to maybe a better country, a better league, making more money, better living conditions and all that. And but anyway, came back here. But I remember what we were talking a little bit about was just kind of the unique feel of having been paid to play, and when you got owners and people trying to this was basically trying to build a franchise a little bit because it was a new team to the new town, or a new team to the town. And so, after a bad game, the guy, at the end of the bench that's not making much money, and then versus you, the pressures there's a little bit different dynamic there versus, when you're at Tennessee, you're on scholarship just like the other guy, so you're not necessarily taking any more than him. You might have higher expectations because you've had more production. But anyway, it's just you sit there and you see the owner and you don't know if he's all mad at you.
Right.
Hey, I just what I paid for that guy for this game, and he put up 4 points and 1 for 10. So. But overall, I mean, Holland was actually a very friendly, American-friendly country and good people, and so at least got some good laughs out of it. So we started the show with just beautiful, play calling and highlights from Burt Bertelkamp saying I'm the man, and then less than halfway into it, it's Seal barks. That's my new intro music. Probably should have kept that one.
Were there a couple of games, maybe more, that you went off? Not the Dane Bradshaw we knew here, but one of those 30, 40 guys? Yeah,
there were a couple. I tell you, nobody will believe it, but it helped.
Yeah, we do.
When you're playing at Tennessee, I was always so aware and cognizant of my own, limitations and what options were on the floor. When you got Chris Lofton and Juwan Smith and C.J. Watson, it's like, all right, I missed my 1 or 2 shots. I know that there's better options. It's not good for the team for me to.
You're not going to keep jacking it up.
Shooting.
Right.
There are certain guys you might have heard the phrase of, when you're, shoot till you're hot. When you're hot, keep shooting. Look, if I wasn't hot, I shouldn't shoot anymore. Because we had plenty of other good options. But in Holland, when the talent around you wasn't as good, it was you got a lot more confidence because if you missed 1 or 2 shots, you didn't have to sit there and think, oh well, I missed my 2 shots for the game. Better pack it in and make sure these other guys get the shots. And now I did all that hard work shooting late night for nothing. You put so much pressure on yourself because you have less opportunity. Whereas when you're kind of the man and you get to shoot, and you're going to shoot 15, 20 times a game, there's not as much pressure to make, each shot, you get an opportunity to kind of warm up a little bit. And
I like it.
That's probably why we went 5-35.
Did you get 30 or something a game?
Yeah, I had a couple 30-point games, so it was fun.
Are the Holland Seals still operating? Or
they were as of last year. I don't know if they are this year or not, but there was definitely some financial troubles. Yeah, I mean, it was.
So obviously, it's all 1-year contracts.
Yeah.
I mean, with every player.
Oh yeah, and I mean, it's just the deals are. I mean, we had one guy that came from Australia, and we swear that the coach that saw his tape had to have been looking at the wrong guy on the tape, because he came over and this guy
Really?
was awful. And they pay more for guys, from the States or Australia, but they came over and he was terrible. But he's sitting there saying, well, look, you guys can't send me home, after they were kind of threatening to do that and cancel his contract. He goes, look, I got a 1-year contract. It says that you can't, not pay me just based on poor play or poor performance. And it was basically, hey, look, you can stay here and we'll just run you to death every morning, and good luck trying to get an attorney in our country and take us to court over this, or you can take this month's pay, shut up, and get the heck out of town.
Just an absolute bluff.
G'day, mate.
Yeah. And so he left.
I bet he did.
Yeah.
All right, coming right back, we'll get Sammy. You haven't experienced Sammy yet. You'll have to do this.
Yeah.
It's Sport Talk. Dane Bradshaw hanging with us on our Jasper Highlands Basketball Hour. You can investigate Jasper Highlands at tnland.com. And the phone number, Dane?
888-777-5758.
When we return, I'll get Dane to tell you a little bit more about it in detail. It's Sport Talk, WGOW, and Right Now Traffic with Bill Lockhart on the Talk Monster.
Right Now Traffic.
Still thick 27 north between downtown and the top of Stringer's Ridge. Same deal eastbound 24 up and over Missionary Ridge. Clearing crashes right now. 153 north at North Access. 24 east at Rossville Boulevard. 27 north at ML King. That's in the cleanup. Also 58 Highway at Hunter. Ringgold at McDonald Road and Signal Mountain Road at Pineville. Bill Lockhart, Right Now Traffic.
Starbucks signature holiday beverages are here to share joy with one and all. Put a Starbucks handcrafted peppermint mocha, caramel brulee latte, or gingerbread latte on your holiday to-do list to make all your holiday errands a little more joyful. Get your favorite flavor of the season at Starbucks today.
You're never out of range of our signal.
I've lost my mojo.
Not as long as you have your mobile device. iHeartRadio or your favorite app links with us. 102.3 FM. The Talk Monster.
If you're a business owner and you need a good work truck or cargo van, listen up for a minute. The last thing you need is someone selling you a work truck that's going to break down a few miles down the road, and then you lose money waiting around for it to be repaired. Every dollar you make is about taking care of your family. You know, there's things you don't like. Someone messing around with your money. And you don't like pushy salespeople. So that's why you look for someone you can trust when you purchase a work truck or van for your business. Let me introduce you to Williams Motor Company on Rossville Boulevard. They've been in business since 1969. They sell a great work truck that's going to get you down the road. All you have to do is add your tools and go make money. They have a tremendous reputation for standing behind the truck they sell. So go see them now. 4300 Rossville Boulevard. Williams Motor Company, 867-1965. That's 867-1965. Or visit them online at williamsmotorcompany.net. Go get your work truck, add your tools, and go make money.
Hi, it's Charlotte Mabry with Keller Williams Realty. My team and I have developed a tool that enables you to look at any home for sale and find out all the details, all while you sit at home or in your car. All you have to do is call 702-4019 from your smartphone and enter the address of the property for sale. As a public service to the community, this number can be used to inquire about any company's listings. All you have to do is enter the property address. So, what's the number you need to remember? 702-4019. That's 702-4019. It's your backstage pass to get hassle-free information on any home for sale out there. Also, don't miss the Chattanooga Real Estate Doctor, Saturdays at 9 a.m. on WGOW.
Keller Williams Realty, 423-664-1900. Each office is independently owned and operated.
As winter weather hits, are you having trouble with your garage door, creaking and popping, making it impossible to lift? You need to call Williams Door Company and have your garage door serviced. Williams Door Company has been installing and servicing quality products like Chamberlain LiftMaster garage door openers for 42 years. A garage door opener is the most used equipment in your home, and Chamberlain LiftMaster garage door openers have been awarded the Good Housekeeping Seal. Plus, Williams Door Company backs that quality with a high commitment to taking care of both residential and commercial customers with service. So if you're tired of the hassle your current garage door and door opener have been giving you, make the call to Williams Door Company today, and one of their experienced service technicians can be there to fix the problem. And if you decide you're ready for a new garage door or door opener, Williams Door Company is an authorized Chamberlain LiftMaster dealer. Williams Door Company. Call 553-8882.
Williams Door Company.
Call 553-8882.
Got a golfer to give a gift to? Good thing there's Golfsmith. Their team gets golfers. You could even say they're experts. Actually, that's what they are. Golf gift experts. And they know the perfect gift for your golfer, whether they're a local legend or a dedicated duffer.
Found it.
With the best selection of clubs, clothes, and high-tech gadgets, all at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Only Golfsmith has the expertise you need to help you give the perfect round. Shop Golfsmith and Golfsmith.com's can't-miss gifts today.
Do you know what that sound is? That's your new digital marketing department. And that'll be your new web designer. And that's Haibu, where these experts are joined by many more, from web designers to search marketing specialists, who work hard to get your business noticed online and on mobile. Best of all, Haibu can do it all for you, or give you the tools to do it yourself. To find out more, go to Haibu.com. That's HIBU.com, or call 877-938-HIBU. Oh, that'll be your next new customer. Haibu, made for business.
Service doesn't stop at delivering the fastest internet or the sharpest HD television. It continues down the path of free installation, no surprise bills, and a friendly voice on the other end of a local call. It's fueled by the drive to do whatever it takes to provide the best products and best possible service anywhere within our reach. From the heart of downtown Chattanooga to wherever your heart calls home. Make the smart move. EPB Fiber Optics.
Let's just say that Dr. Thomas Quinner from Maximum Health in Ooltewah has turned that old-fashioned house call into a 21st century phenomenon. You can hear that call Wednesday night at 7 on the Talk Monster.
Your first and most important appointment of the day. It starts weekday mornings at 6.
I suppose you're wondering why I call this meeting.
On 102.3 FM or WGOW.com.
557 Sport Talk, WGOW. Dane Bradshaw in the house with us. Now we got Sammy. Welcome to the Talk Monster, Sammy. How are you?
Hey, Dr. Basketball.
Yeah.
Yes, Sammy.
Where were you last night?
You didn't see me?
No, but you didn't hear me?
I did not hear you, Sammy, but now, I might have been up getting some popcorn. So
but
you're back? So you're back
People
in the
talking
arena?
about the sport town. Ain't no sport town.
It's not?
Nope. Well, they were in a big crowd there last night.
Well, the students are out for Christmas. I know that's no excuse.
Did you go down and see Quake?
It was a big empty.
Nobody heard his big mouth.
Yeah, you did hear that.
His big mouth, huh?
I have one question for you.
All right.
Who won the Lady Mock basketball game last night?
Lady Mock won.
Yeah.
Do you know the final?
It would have been 80.
It was 20-something point win, I believe.
Yeah, it was 85. Hold on here. I'll get it for you in 2 seconds here.
63.
Well, we were close. 68-53.
Yeah, that's close.
68-53 Lady Mock?
That's correct.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You got it, Sammy. Real quick, Jasper Highlands and tnland.com. You can investigate there. But like you said, during that Christmas to New Year's kind of week there, you guys are going to have a lot of folks. I guess folks north coming south, south coming north for the holidays, and it's a good way to investigate.
Some of everything, and come out and see us. Again, tnland.com, 888-777-5758. Get in there. 2-acre lot starting at $34,900. Just
2 acres.
Underground
Remember that,
utilities,
folks?
roads, city water on the way, people building houses, and we got customers from all over the country and would love folks from Chattanooga to come join us.
And if you request it, I'm sure that you can get a seal sound for your doorbell.
Yes, absolutely. I can get you maybe an autographed seal, program or something like that.
You come down in Chattanooga to a nice community, and for a third of an acre, you'll pay $50,000 to $75,000. 2 acres for $30,000-$35,000. It's unbelievable.
Every time I drive up the mountain with John Thornton, the developer, he's going by the lots. He's like, "What's that one price at again?" I say $39,900. Too cheap. Everyone we go to, he's, "Oh man, these things are just too cheap. They're too cheap." But we got to do it. We got to do it. So.
Real quick, because kind of people on both sides, but Conzo Martin and Tennessee go to Wichita State on Saturday. It's a pretty big watershed game for where Tennessee stands.
It's a huge game. I think it's even more important to Tennessee than to Wichita State.
I agree.
I mean, that Tennessee needs to get another great win, especially on the road,
and they're
on
ranked.
their resume. And they're ranked. Everyone knows how hard of a place that is to play. And it'd just be a huge victory for them. And if you get this one, that takes a little bit of pressure off, the NC State and Virginia opportunities that you have coming up at home. And plus, like I said, the SEC's better this year, but you still don't have the opportunity to build your resume and recover if you don't do it in the non-conference.
I've seen a couple of projections for Sweet 16 that, yes, it's already started. They're in both of them.
Yeah.
So,
well, they should be. They've got the talent to. Now they just got to put it together and win some games.
Currently ranked number 12 in the Associated Press poll, and they are 9-0, undefeated in this season so far. Wichita State.
Tennessee established something. Let's beat up on them. Man.
Dane, appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah,
You're the best,
thank you,
man.
guys. Enjoyed it.
Oh,
Holland Seals.
That was great. Coming right back, Yankees to retire Joe Torre's number. Which single digit have they not retired yet? We'll discuss that. And also, of course, your sports headlines. It's WGOW-FM, Sidey Daisy, Chattanooga. More coming your way on the third period here on the Talk Monsters. Stay tuned.
Pretty as a cherry, 57 Chevy, and smooth as a hose.